It's showtime. It's showtime.
Well, hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. I am your host, Robert, a.k.a. The Tall Man, if you're new around here. And my lovely co-host, Lisa, she's down there on the far end, but, oh, I hit the wrong thing. Balcony cam. There we go. There's Lisa down there. We have a couple guests with us. We're going to introduce them here in just a second. We appreciate you all being here with us. We are 100% live right now from the Royal Caribbean Ovation of the Seas here in our cabin, 12696. That is a live look, and yes, bloody hell, it is still freaking foggy. Look, guys, we had like one good day, right? Yesterday.
Yep.
And we're like, okay, we're going to have 2 good days all together. Nope. Not happening. Absolutely not happening. We are going to go over Deck 5, but these gentlemen with us are only here for a few minutes, so we're going to talk to them first. If anyone has ever been on a Royal Caribbean ship, you may have seen these guys. This is Bobby. And this is Billy. They are from the Las Vegas Tenors.
Thanks a lot.
At least 2 of the 3. We have Lanny, who
Yep.
couldn't make it today. So, you know, we appreciate these guys making it. And we saw them last night. And I got to tell you, and I told them this, and I've never told you guys this, but years and years and years and years ago, I was part of a group. We were flown into Italy to do a very special event. Lots of money. I'm just not even going to talk about it. Anyway, I'm not going to call it the main entertainment, but we were the main entertainment because they also had the 3 tenors. And talking about just an amazing thing to stand there and listen to those guys.
They're incredible.
Right? But these guys were far more entertaining than those guys.
Oh, well, thank you.
Thank you.
And you guys, you were kicking it. So one of the funniest things, when you go to see tenors, what's the first thing people always think? And when you talked about it last night, they're like, oh, I'm going to be singing opera. I literally said this to my wife going down there. We'll go pop out, and if we don't like it, well, we can pop out. But, oh my gosh.
Well, I'm thinking big fat guys.
No. But you did, and I don't think I'm giving anything away, but you do close with Ness and Dora. I mean,
we do close with an opera song, but that's the only opera song we do.
Yeah, they're starting off with like rock and roll, and the volume's pumped, and we're like, okay, this is freaking good.
Well, everybody has the misconception, like I said last night, they always think that tenor, when you hear the word tenor, everybody seems to associate that with classical and opera.
Yeah.
And it's exactly it's not correct at all. The word tenor just means the highest male singing voice. That's all it means, which means we can do classic rock, blues, soul, swing, pop, country, opera, any style we want to do, as long as it's high.
And you did.
And we did. And we did. Yeah.
And you did. Truly an amazing show. I think it was about 50 minutes to an hour, somewhere around there.
It was 57. Yeah.
57 minutes, right? And unfortunately, we cannot show any of it. We did record some of it. I didn't record all of it because I was off to the side and it wasn't a good look because of copyright laws here on YouTube. And even with singing, since Lanny's not here, we can't, they would have, but Lanny's the middle guy and it would sound empty without all the right voices. And I can't fill that. Oh, no, you don't want me to try to fill that. So if anybody ever goes on, from a cruise standpoint, you guys are exclusively do Royal Caribbean, correct?
Right. Yes.
And do you do anything else outside of the cruise ships?
Well, we had our own showroom. We had our own showroom at the Hilton in Las Vegas for quite a while. The Hilton was bought out. It turned into the LVH. Now it is the Westgate. And when the Westgate took over, they offered us a contract, but it was not a good contract.
I don't like Westgate.
And I said, no, I'm not going to do it. And when COVID, which is right around the same time, COVID hit, and Royal said, we'll give you every date that you have if you want to work for us full time. And so we were like, the overhead in Vegas doesn't exist anymore because Royal takes really good care of us. They pay for all of our travel. They put us up in nice hotels the night before. We get on the ship. We do the show. They give us really nice rooms.
You got a heck of a vacation on this one.
Yes, we did.
Right?
Yeah.
Did you get on day one, or you got on in Osaka on day 4?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But still, it's 17 acres, 13 days on the ship.
That's right.
It's fantastic.
Yeah. Doing nothing until
Yeah.
the day before the last
Right?
day.
Yeah,
That had to have been torture.
Well, it was only because we watch all the other guest entertainers
Yes.
and the other singers, and we're like, man, like I said last night, I mean, our drug is the stage. Like, I personally want to be on stage all the time.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's just who I am, and I think it's who Billy is as well.
Oh, yeah. Big time. Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
for some people who don't understand that, right? So for somebody who's grown up on stage and a musician, it truly is a drug to stand up there, and the response you get back from the audience. Oddly enough, this is why we love to do live broadcasts, because we have feedback, we have comments coming in. Just sitting here talking to a camera with no response, that's not our style.
Well, that's what we all had in COVID.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And so it's been a while since I've been on stage, and every time I go see a really great performance, I'm like, oh God, it hurts.
Right.
It hurts. So I can't wait to one day get back, but we'll see what's going on. So how did this all start, right? I mean, obviously you've been singing a long time, both of you. But how did the Las Vegas Tenors come to be?
Well, I started on cruise ships in the production cast in 2000 on a celebrity ship called the Millennium.
Okay.
And while I was out there, I saw a guest entertainer come on, and I was like, wow, they're getting paid 4 times the amount of money I am, and I can do what they're doing. And so while I was doing the production stuff, I decided to put my own show together as a guest entertainer.
That's great.
But as a solo artist. And so when I finished that contract, they asked me to stay for another one and stay for another one and stay for another one. And so I became the guest entertainer and production singer.
Oh, wow.
that ship.
How unique was that?
It was very cool. It was very cool. Back in the day, they didn't have that in the contracts. Now they put it in there.
That you can't do both?
No, they put it in the production staff, production cast singers, that they have to have their own show.
Oh.
Back in the day, we didn't have that in our contract. So I negotiated, you had to pay me a certain amount for this, and then I keep my production cast contract as well.
Interesting.
And so at that
You're
point,
double dipping.
I'm pulling out the abacus and I'm going, all right, this. The abacus is I'm like, that's good. And so my dad was like, they kept offering me to stay, and I was like, I'm getting cabin fever, and my dad's like, you gotta stay. You gotta stay.
Yeah,
and I'm like, you know how much money you're making.
Sometimes it's hard to turn down the money.
And so I stayed, but when I got finished and I just started doing not the production stuff, I started doing my own show. I did that for 7 years with different lines, but I missed harmony. And I was like, I gotta have harmony. I've gotta have, and I was traveling. I'm also a hopeless romantic. So I traveled to all these amazing cities alone.
Yep.
So I'm sitting here doing, Venice, and I'm like, man, I sure would like to take a gondola ride with somebody other than myself. And so, yeah. So
I've
I
been
was
some of the
like,
most amazing places in the world without her.
yeah. So instead, I bring 2 guys to get on the gondola with me, But eventually, I was like, I want some harmony, and me and another guy put it together, and then he ended up going one way, and I wanted to stay with the tenor group, and so I kept it, and then I've kind of completely rearranged it into what we do now.
Yeah. And no, Billy, you're the newest member of the group. How
Yes.
long has the group been around now, by the way, Bobby?
Since 2005, basically.
2005. So like, almost 20 years now.
Yep.
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
Fantastic. But Billy's the newest member
He
of the
is.
group.
Yeah, I joined him about 1 year and 3 months ago now.
Yeah.
So
He-
through Lanny.
He was telling us his story last night a little bit, and he comes from Cleveland, right?
Ohio.
And I said to him, "How does a man from Cleveland end up, with this guy from Vegas?
It's
Does the car take a detour somehow? I don't know."
Right.
It's the guy upstairs in my mind.
Yeah.
Just through life.
Yeah.
It's just amazing that I'm here. Is right.
100%.
By the way, if you guys have any questions while you're with us live, please leave it in the chat, right? We're going to say hello to everybody in a minute. If you're watching the replay and you have questions, leave them in the comments. We do answer all the comments. I'm connected with Bobby now, and I'm sure he can follow along and find the video and answer him himself.
Right.
But also, before I forget, the LasVegasTenors.com,
Yes.
correct? And they also have a Facebook group. Just search for the Las Vegas Tenors, okay? Make sure you see this. And also, remember, they are currently exclusively on Royal.
That's right.
Do you post your schedule, your
We
cruise
do.
schedule?
It's the whole 2025 is already up,
Mhm.
and then we'll have 2026 probably in the next 3 months.
On your website.
Well, it's on the website. It's also on the Facebook.
Okay.
It's on the Instagram.
Seriously, for those who are part of the Tall Man Clan who have been watching us for a long time, you know absolutely how critical I am of entertainers and entertainment. I rarely have a good thing to say because I'm a producer, I do all these things, and some of the shows, the talent is amazing, but the concept of the show is absolutely horrid.
Right.
And I feel so bad for the performers up there giving it all every night to some, show. Right. So these guys, however, you absolutely plan your cruise around going to see them. If you're in port and they're singing that day, make sure you're back to the ship in enough time to see their show. There's not one thing that I could say bad about their show at all whatsoever.
Thanks, man.
Thank you.
No.
Thank you very much.
Fantastic. Which is why I sought them out. Say, hey, let's just, and it turns out we actually know some people together.
Oh, yeah?
With a small world. Well,
yeah.
Mick Thompson.
That's right.
Our choreographer for my show.
Yeah.
So, and I know it's been a while since you've seen him.
It's been a minute since I've seen him, but I don't even think he's not living in Vegas anymore. But
He splits his time between Vegas and California.
California.
And
that's what I thought.
I think ends up in Utah too. He's got this triangle.
Yeah.
But last time I physically saw him it was in Vegas.
Yeah.
So he came to see us there. So like an entertainer with a choreographer, you go where the work brings
right.
you. So
100%.
you have a base. But all right. So it started 20 years ago, and then Billy comes in about
A little over a year
15
ago.
months ago.
Yeah.
So all right.
Yeah.
What is your best experience been so far?
Oh, geez, just traveling the world. I mean, at my age, I never thought I'd be doing it, and it's been great. And if he wasn't a good boss, I wouldn't be doing it. So,
Yeah.
I credit him for just letting me come aboard and teaching me what I need to be taught. My age, you people my age think, I ain't gonna
It's
be
time to
taught
retire.
nothing, I'm done.
I'm done. Right.
But I'm always willing to learn and regroup and just focus on what needs to happen.
All right. So in the past 15 months, what was the most favorite place that you have been with them?
Hawaii.
Hawaii?
And only because, here, let me tell you the story. We rented a convertible. He wanted to ride around Hawaii. So he rented a convertible Camaro. And to see him and Landy try to get into a Camaro, it was the funniest thing ever. I enjoyed the whole trip. I just hopped right in the back. Okay, fellas, let's go. And so I would imagine the looks that we might have gotten, with two big guys and one little guy in the back while we're just...
Did they even see you in the back?
No, probably not.
But it was a lot of fun.
It was great,
We got
yeah.
to see some
He
incredible
knew where to
views.
go. I mean,
and-
we just winged it. That's what I like about him. Let's wing it. We went to Japan. Let's wing it. Okay.
With that same company that I went to Italy with,
Yeah.
we did another event for them in Hawaii, but it wasn't the elite group. It was the group below.
Okay.
And actually, it was all three groups, and they kept us there. We were there for like 3 weeks. And we would be in like the primo spanky type hotel for the 3 days of the event, and then we'd go to the Fleabag hotel for 5 days and do whatever. And it was great. We did the same thing. We rented a convertible. A couple guys rented bikes, and we went hopping over the lava like idiots with no flashlights. We go there at like 3 o'clock in the afternoon, thinking we're going to get to the edge and see the lava coming out. No, we never made it, and it got pitch black, and there are no lights, guys. When it's dark,
It's
I mean, just put a blindfold over your face, and that's what it's like when you're on the lava
You
fields.
hope for a full moon.
And thank the good Lord, somebody came by with a flashlight, scooped us up, and
Right.
we made the couple-hour trek back with those guys. So, I mean, this is before, phones with flashlights in them and things. This is forever ago. So, all right. So 20 years, and we know his was Hawaii. I remember you talking about last night, out of all your travels, you've never been to Japan.
We had never been, and when they called us and said, "Hey, we want to send you over to Japan," I got excited immediately because I've always wanted to go, and I've been cruising for 25 years, and I've never been to Japan. I haven't been to Ireland or Scotland, and so that's my next ask.
Yeah.
And
Send me there.
when they offered it, we were like, I called them and I was like, guys, we have the opportunity to go to Japan, and they were like, yes. And I go, let's go a week ahead of time.
Absolutely.
So we can see, like, we can fully, I mean, I don't know if a week is fully immersing yourselves into it,
Yeah.
but it's pretty incredible to go for a week and not have to worry about doing anything the next day, like, or what time we got to get to the ship. We were able to go and go find really nice restaurants and see some amazing temples and things that we really wanted to see, and it was incredible.
Yeah.
Incredible.
That is the one mistake Lisa and I made is we didn't schedule ourselves to get there and have enough time up front before the ship left. Of course, for the 2 ports that we did, we fully immersed ourselves in that aspect. And Osaka was great for a couple days. And
gorgeous.
We had fun. I'd have to let me thank my wife because not that I needed her permission to go with Bobby and spend 5 days extra, but I say, hey, honey, this gig's pro bono, meaning in lawyers' terms, that's a freebie because the money I'm spending extra is going to take care of the money I'm making, but I'm all right about it because it was a great time. We had a good time in Japan.
That was us in Italy.
Plus, I got clothes.
Yeah.
This is a Japan, my size clothing right here. Yes.
Nice.
This is one of the shirts.
He and I both had problems finding the right size clothing. The exact opposite end of the spectrum for us. So.
I understand being a tall guy myself. It's sometimes hard to find that right thing. And of course, Billy's a little bit on the shorter stature. I know we're sitting, but you can see even when he's sitting. And what I find interesting, and kudos to you, is you play a lot with that during your show too.
We do.
In a very respectful but comedic sort of way.
Oh, yeah. Why not?
Which is also a very interesting part of the show. They're not just standing there singing. There's a ton of entertainment value there, guys. That's all I can say. In the middle of a song, he cuts them off, and it's just fun stuff. It's fun stuff. So, yeah, for those who are watching. So let's get to some of the comments real quick here. Hello, Mama Tall Man. Welcome. My mom, Mama Tall Man.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. EJ, what's up, buddy? Will we try to make a 12-year anniversary? Oh, wow. Best life ever. Enjoy the rest of your cruise. All right, EJ. Thank you. Happy anniversary to you. Valerie, welcome. John L., congratulations on being able to comment, finally. I think that was your comments. Reunited, and it feels so good. I know, right? Reunited, and feels so good. Oh, yeah, see? You don't. Don't take me for the lead, please. You're in for some headaches. Hey, long time no see. I write C, S-E-A. Very good. It's been 4 days, y'all. 4 days. Come on, we enjoyed vacation. Hello, Gina. Good to see you. Bev, ahoy. John L., still Groundhog Day. Right? Is that absolutely crazy?
Oh, my gosh, it was.
Absolutely crazy. I am serious. And our witnesses.
Oh, yeah.
Yesterday was perfect. Beautiful blue skies. Not a cloud in the sky. It was beautiful. We're like, yes. Today, it's like where does this crap come from?
But we did have the groundhog. We had 2 Sundays.
I know what
and
that's.
never in my life have I lived 2 Sundays in a row.
That's the last time we actually went live,
Yeah.
and we're like, you know what, we're going to take a break for a few days and have some vacation, and because normally we broadcast live every night we're on, but this was a 17-day cruise. We spent some time in Japan first, then started broadcasting, and anyway, are we there yet? No, we're going to be there tomorrow, but remember, we're still on for 3 more days. Hello, Charles. Ahoy, everyone. How close to land are you? We're pretty close, even though you wouldn't freaking know it. Still, I know, right? Can you see land now? I can't see nothing. All right, so Patricia, here we go. Patricia, hello, Bobby and Billy.
Hey, what's
Patricia.
up?
Macrina says hello as well. Do you sing any Beach Boy songs?
You know what we used to do in my room? Is that right? In my room?
I didn't with you, but I have with my brothers, but he has too. Yeah.
We have done in my room, but that was a long time ago. We haven't done it in probably 10 years. Or
So
longer.
we're going to go with a no.
Yeah.
Mama Tall Man says hello, Bobby and Billy. Ozan, he's our guy from Turkey. He's a Ukrainian from Turkey.
Okay.
Hello, the guest community on the cruise tour ship. I wish you a good weekend, Robert and Lisa. Okay, thank you. I'll go on the gondola with you.
Thanks much.
Yeah. The shirt your brother is wearing is beautiful. He loves your shirt.
Thank you.
Okay. We have to translate the translation.
Sure.
So we've gotten used to it. Cleveland rocks.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. She's not too far from there. We trust Robert's opinion on entertainment.
Thank you.
Good evening from Elaine. It's not Tuesday. It's I don't know what day it is. Oops, excuse me. There's a bleep I missed. There's not a 5-second delay here.
Right.
Just watch the video on your website. Love the sound.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Just here's another thing, and I'm going to come back to the full screen for just a second. So I'm assuming if you had to, you have tracks that you sync to, like the recordings when there's no band.
That's correct.
Okay.
We rarely do a show without the band. Though.
Really?
Yeah.
Because most royal ships have the bands. Okay.
Yeah.
So now, mind you, even though they've been here for the whole cruise, you get one rehearsal the day of your performance
Yeah.
with the band.
That's right.
So they show up with sheet music, right? And they hand it to all the musicians, and the musicians, do their thing, and they go through a little rehearsal, probably an hour and a half, 2 hours tops, maybe.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
The band on this ship,
Phenomenal.
unbelievable. Guys, unreal. Just like they've been playing their music their entire life.
That's right.
And I feel there's not a lot of love. Yes, everybody comes out. You guys did it, and the cruise director does it, and everybody else. Hey, let's hear it for the band. Let's hear it for the band. Let's hear it for the band. The amount of talent that it takes to get a piece of music and play it like you've been playing it your entire life, that is a special skill.
It is a special skill.
One other thing, and a lot of the musicians aren't from America, obviously.
No.
They may have never heard these songs.
Yes.
So to be able to do that.
It's here.
Yeah, so to be able to feel it and stuff, that's awesome.
So they did a fantastic. I caught one wrong note on a trumpet towards the end.
Yeah, I did too.
And that was it.
Yep.
For a 57-minute show to have one wrong note, and it was like, I didn't glaze it.
Yeah.
Because, plus trumpet, that's hard, with the amateurs and all that crap. I know a little bit about trumpet.
Plus, he was the only trumpet. The other guy, there wasn't another guy.
They didn't bring the second.
He was
Right.
out, yeah.
He was out, yeah. And the saxophonist, that tenor guy.
They were great.
He was jamming.
Yeah.
Yeah. The band, amazing, y'all. Again, it's hard for me to say, guys, come see the band, because by the time you get to the ship, it may be some different musicians. But in the end, this is the quality of the entertainment that Royal puts out for you.
And I think Royal's the only cruise line that still has like 9-piece bands.
100%.
All the other ones, they'll have like 7, and I know that like another cruise line will have 4.
Yeah.
And some will have a 3, and it's like,
most have none.
come on, guys.
At least when it comes to the production shows.
You got to have the live band. The live band makes everything. Like you said a minute ago, do you ever use tracks? Even in Vegas, when corporate America calls and says, hey, we want you guys to do your show. Can you do it with tracks? And I go, we can,
but we're
not going to. So it's going to cost you extra for the band, and you need to have the band.
You have to have it.
And they 99% of the time will book it.
There's just, coming from the musician side of things, there's just there's an energy that happens when you're performing live, right? It's a palpable thing you can almost cut out and take it out. There's a square. And that only happens because of the interaction between the musicians and the singers and the audience, right? In your case, you're in the front, you're doing the singing, the band's behind you. But even with a regular band, right? That the energy that comes from the audience to the stage truly 1,000,000% affects the performance.
Right.
It's either going to take a fantastic performance and turn it into an oh my god amazing experience, or if the audience is just sitting there like this, it's still going to be a fantastic performance, but the performers are going to walk off the stage and go, man, that was a tough night. Even though the stuff was all great, that energy is not there. So when you have to do it with a track, there's no live musicians, it's more sterile.
Oh, it's very sterile.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, the vocals are there. Obviously, you're singing them live, and it's amazing, but the experience becomes a little more sterile.
It needs to have a breath.
Yes.
And if you don't have that active live breath coming, like the full in and out of the band, it just is not.
Well, the perfect example was the 2 saxophones, dueling saxophones last night. They came out, and that's going to be different every night. Did you do one show, or did you do two last night? And so each show would have been, if you saw them in the first show, that would have been different because the saxophonists aren't going to blow the same notes.
That's right.
And that's the energy that changes, in the evening and things. So, guys, by the way, I know you have limited time, just, put your hand up and say, hey, and because we got to push things and let them out because they're held captive right now. So
We're good.
Okay, all right. Thanks for the song. You're welcome. Yeah, I would love to have them sing, but again, without Lanny.
Can I tell you, if you want to find a really, we just started doing this.
Okay.
Our TikTok, which is Las Vegas Tenors. If you go on our TikTok, we actually just uploaded probably like 8 60-second clips. A lot of people are doing these clips of stuff, and like we've got immediately, like the first song we did, which was Lonesome Loser by the Little River Band from Australia. Our first video that we uploaded was like 56,000 views. I think
That's
it was,
awesome.
something like that. So it's actually pretty cool. So if you want to hear like what we really sound like, It's all a cappella. There's no band. It's just the three of us singing. Go on the
on
TikTok.
the ship, actually, too. Yeah, in the stairwell or in the back of the stage.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
Um,
It's really nice.
If you don't want to really go searching,
right?
just go to LasVegasTenors.com. I remember you saying this last night. At the top of their page is their social bar. It's got all their links up there. So you can just go to LasVegasTenors.com. Las Vegas Tenors. I'll put it in the chat too. I didn't have time to. The Las Vegas.
Yes.
The Las Vegas Tenors.com. Did I spell that right? Probably not. I'm horrible at typing.
We actually
The
own
Las
both
Vegas
of them.
Tenors.
So it's either you could put in the, or you can just put in Las
Perfect.
Vegas Tenors.
Anyway, yep. So there's social media bars up at the top. You can click on whatever you want to go to, but yeah, go click on that. You said TikTok, and watch their stuff. And my gosh, I promise you'll want to book a cruise that these guys are on because you're going to be sure to. Just entertainment in general. We've been very vocal that the entertainment on Royal is in our opinion, the best in the industry. There are other shows on other ships that are fantastic, but there's another level here. And here we are on a 17-day cruise. And just about every single night, they had, if it wasn't a production show that they do themselves, the specialty entertainment groups that come on like you guys, they will all blow your mind. And we didn't see it because of the description, but the girl who does the hula hoops.
Oh,
Yeah.
Lisa-
She's in fact incredible.
Yeah,
Lisa
she's
is
award-winning, this girl, like 9-time champion of this. I mean, just fantastic. But the description they put in there where they're like, so we didn't go. But she's like a contortionist.
Oh, big
Yeah.
So we had a few friends would sit down at dinner like, oh my God, it was great. You should have went. And she did this and this and this and this. And there was that one. And then there was the two guys.
Funny Bones.
Playing
Little
guitar.
guys or something they're called,
I
right?
forget what their name is.
They
We-
left before we got
Yeah,
on.
Oh,
did
did
it,
they?
yeah.
We caught, I don't know, 20 minutes of their show because we were late getting there. Fantastic. The girl going on tonight, which you talked about, we obviously haven't seen her, but y'all have been friends for umpteen thousand years. Just all the entertainment that we've seen, and I'm expecting to see tonight with this lady, Amy Jo. Just fantastic. And right, and so they're paying for these people to come on, and then of course they're on the whole cruise, waiting for their moment. Poor Amy had to wait one more day than you
I
did.
know, right?
Yeah.
She was in the audience last night, and yes, come on, get off the damn stage so I can get up.
Right. But you've had others, like you've had Duck, which was the magician.
Yes.
And James is the juggler, and
Yeah, Sam.
and then you have the
Comedian.
husband and wife team that are doing
Toby and
hand
Susie Q.
balancing.
I didn't see any of that.
They're all
Yeah.
very good.
We
Yeah.
met them all. They're all from Australia.
We almost had them all in here because they were hanging out with him, and he messaged me. He's like, "Hey, can we bring some company?" I'm like, "Yeah, bring them all. It's a small cabin, but we'll figure it out.
Right.
We have to plop. I don't know. We'd figure it out. We'll just turn the camera this way and all stand down here as a group." So yeah. All right. So let's move on. Alex says, "I am sure Lisa can sing great." John L's like, "I agree, McCrane. I'm backing up." Yes, I'm loving your TikTok songs. Awesome. Patricia says, "What is your least favorite song you do, but feel you need to sing it for the audience?" Ooh,
Oh wow.
that's a hard
That's
one,
a
man.
great question.
I promised them softball stuff, guys. Come on now, no fastballs.
You know what's funny is I don't think I really have a least favorite song, but I guess if I did, it might be "You Raise Me Up."
Really?
And the only reason I say that is because I've just done it for so long. But here's what I see. I see what it does to the audience when because we do Danny Boy into
Yeah.
"You Raise Me Up," a cappella into the
Y'all,
whole
y'all can't see that. That is from last night. Just I'm talking about the song.
and it's so good. And you see people crying, literally sobbing, holding their husband or holding their wife because "You Raise Me Up" was just done at their mother's funeral or their father's funeral or their favorite aunt or their grandmother. And so people come up to us afterwards and they say, "Man, we really loved your version of Danny Boy into "You Raise Me Up," and it's so good." But as far as like the singing part of it, like I don't know why I picked that one, because it's really good.
So interestingly enough, we were on the road touring, doing my show, and I had a dancer come up to me, and he's like, "Man, I'm really struggling. We've done this show like 6,000 times now, and it's never really been my thing, and blah blah blah. I'm having a hard time." And I won't say his name because I don't want to embarrass him if he happens to be watching, which I know he's not. But anyway, I said, "But this and put it in your brain. You may have done this show 6,000 times, but those people out there, they've never seen it.
That's right.
Every night you step on stage, it's the very first time you've done it.
Correct.
That's right.
And so, and this goes for anything, whether it's dancing, singing, playing, whatever it is. And you think about some of these musicians, the one-hit wonders or two-hit or three hits. You only know 3 of their songs, and they go out and they play. And they've been playing those 3 songs for 40 years.
Right.
They feel the same way. They're probably sick to death of those 3 songs.
Sinatra's most hated song was
His best song.
New York, New
Yep.
York.
Yet, every time they perform, it's potentially, 40 years, and I'm sure they've heard it before, but it's your first time hearing it. So it's hard to pick an unfavored song. Okay. Macrina says, maybe the Pacific Fog is smog from L.A. Yeah, I don't know. Thanks for the song. Just watch your video on the website. Love the sound. Good evening. Okay, we already did all those because I got ahead. Mama Tallman says, got to hear Danny Boy. Danny Boy's kind of a thing for my family, so I was right there. Lonesome Loser was great. Good job, guys. Awesome.
Thank you.
All right, so there you have it. Are you guys still good?
We're good for, what, 10 more?
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
You want snack time?
No, I'm good for
No, I'm
snacks.
good.
Okay, well, then we're going to skip snack time. I got a
can
plate
have
of
a snack.
cookies. I got chocolate chip. We got oatmeal
Yeah,
raisin.
no, I'm good. If I eat,
It'll bother my
I don't want to
dinner,
mess
man.
my dinner up.
Oh, yeah. Okay, we'll have snack time later. So, but let's at least go back to balcony cam. Show them the fog is not letting up. It's just not. It sucks. I've been waiting for the entire cruise to get like really good video from the outside of the ship.
Right.
And yesterday, we were going to do it yesterday. I'm like, you know what? We're close. Tomorrow will be a good day. Blah, blah, blah. No, that's what I get for not
I
doing a
thought
video.
I'd be having tons of sun because one thing at the show I do for my solo, I do Can't Take My Eyes Off You, Frankie Valli. So I assumed that when I first did it, that a compliment would be, you look like Frankie Valli. No, I get Sammy Davis Jr. Every cruise.
From everybody.
Everybody.
Some of it's the
Everybody.
beret. It's not the beret, but
it's my mannerisms, they say, and I get it from every race, creed, color, you name it. They all come up to me, and I love that, man. That goes right to the heart. I appreciate that.
and Sammy's about your stature too.
I'm sure
he's a
tall.
very,
He was taller than me, I'm sure. But yeah, I mean,
he's a pretty short guy.
yeah, oh yeah. Well, they all are,
I'm
until
good.
I stand next to him. And then,
Oh, tell them about the group cruise. Oh my good God, Patricia, shh. Up there in the top corner. We have a group cruise in 161 days. What time is it there? We're east West Coast time,
Yeah.
Pacific. So we're 3 hours difference.
5:30.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll have cookies later, Macrina. We're doing our very first group cruise in November on
that's
a
awesome.
Carnival ship. So I've told them that's all I'm saying. They're gigging. It's what they do.
That's fantastic.
Here's a good question. When it's time to take a vacation, do you do it on a cruise ship? Or do you go somewhere?
I probably won't. Well, I'm not married, but I literally just broke up with me and my girlfriend broke up about 6 months ago, but she had never been on a cruise. So now if she wanted to go on a cruise when I was off, like, of course I would go with her to induct her into the
Yeah.
cruising. But
Indoctrinate.
yeah, right. But I wouldn't I probably wouldn't choose to go unless I'm getting paid. I'm probably not going on a cruise.
I would have to say I will because my wife. I mean, she has a chance to possibly come on the CS, but if she did that, she'll have fun. But I kind of can't because I have to sing. So
Right.
I can't be drinking and doing all this other stuff.
So
I want to take her on outside of the group and just to show her the ropes.
so people out there understand when these folks are brought on as specialty entertainers, yes, they're going to be in guest quarters. Yes, they're eating in the main dining room and the buffet and enjoying the pool and the spa and everything else we get to. But there are things they can't do because they're actually there to work. And so it's hard to bring a loved one with you when you're working. Now, you may only be performing one night, but I'm also assuming on some of the cruises, they'll fly you in, perform, you're maybe on the ship for 2 days, and then they fly you out.
That's correct.
So it's really quick. Is that the mainstay of what you do with them? Is a lot of Caribbean stuff?
A lot of Caribbean, Alaska, Northeast in U.S., like up to Canada.
Yeah.
We do that. Maybe over to Hawaii sometimes, but we do have like a couple, like maybe 2 or 3 a year of crossings. This year we'll have 3.
That's great.
Nice.
So
We love the crossings.
Yeah.
yeah,
There's so many people that don't like the sea days. We love the sea days.
yeah, I don't have a problem with them.
I'd rather see the sea
Yeah.
than that. I mean, again, it just, but that. But the funny thing is that's kind of lightened up a little bit. I mean, there was a few days where we literally could not see the water.
No, I know,
Right.
yeah.
I mean, you guys understand that. So, all right. So, yeah. So, anyway, to bring, your wife, your girlfriend, this, that, whatever, when you're just going to be there for a couple days. Now, mind you, Royal's not going to pay for that. I mean, they're not going to fly them. So, you got to pay for them to fly.
But they can stay in our room.
Right. Because you have
We
your own
don't charge.
cabins. There's no charge for that. But how much time are you going to get to enjoy, to your point, which is little to none.
Exactly. You realize when I'm on the ship, there's so many things that they provide for the passengers to do anything they want. There's tons of bars just to go to each night.
Yeah.
Excursions even on the ship. You know what I mean? So yeah, there's all that, and I don't want to limit her. You know what I mean?
Correct, yeah.
So
So you would do a cruise just for vacation?
yeah, just to, yes, exactly.
We call these, Lisa and I, we call these workations.
Yeah, sure.
Because we've done a bunch post pandemic, and of course we were cruising long before this. Our channel is sort of an accident, things happen that way, But because we love it, we'd live on the ship if we could.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, we just enjoy it that much.
I love it. I mean, I've been doing it for 25 years, so
Yeah, but in a different way.
in a different way. 100%.
Yeah, it's one thing to come out here and leave with a check, as opposed to coming on and leaving with less money than you got there with.
Of course.
You always get to leave with more.
Yeah.
And not because they were gambling. I mean, they're just up there doing their thing, and
Right.
it's fantastic. So, there was something else that I was thinking of. So, again, the cruise schedule is on their website, but are other dates on there as well? Do you do anything else publicly outside of cruises?
We do. We just don't do much because we literally are doing 30 to 35 cruises a year, which is a lot, which means when we're off, we want to be off.
Yeah.
But if a corporate calls, we'll do a corporate.
But that's private anyway.
If we have a show, like sometimes we'll have a show, whether it be at the South Point in Las Vegas or the Smith Center in Las Vegas. We actually just booked the Chicago Club in Laguna Woods in California. And that's going to be for 2026, February the 21st. Don't even know where it is. I know it's literally just came in like 3 days ago. So, yeah,
I think
we
it's
don't
close to
know
Laguna
anything
Beach,
about it,
so
but my guess is, yeah.
For those who don't understand the term corporate, let's say Microsoft is going to throw a big party. They will bring in entertainers.
That's right. Yep.
Right. That is a lot of what I did in my career before I created the show that I was doing, which we don't talk about a lot of that here because I can't show any of it. That is the most frustrating part for me, coming from an entertainer's background and stuff, is I can't share the things that I would love to share here.
Oh, wow.
Because of copyright reasons. Now, of course, being an entertainer, I understand and appreciate the copyright reasons. So the musicians get paid that need to get paid and all these things. But it's a little rough.
Sure.
Just thought I heard some loud noises. I was like, what's going on? Are we sinking?
No,
Patricia's like, I am hoping they can join us. Probably not, Patricia. This is here. Hang on one second. We'll do it for you because we love you guys.
Come join us November 8th, 2025.
There'll be meet and greets,
Parties,
pineapples,
ducks, And of course, the live shows.
Don't miss our first ever group cruise.
We'll see you on the horizon.
Well, there you go. They've now seen the group cruise. They now know when it is. It's November 8th this year. It's an 8-day cruise. It's going to the Southern Caribbean. So it leaves out of Miami, a couple days at sea, Aruba, Bonaire, Curacao, a couple days at sea. Bada bing, bada boom, bada boop. Done.
Gotcha.
So that was that. So there you go. Okay, we did it. Group cruise. All right, so and don't forget, we still have Deck 5 to do too, guys. So y'all don't go anywhere. We want to spend time with these guys because we know they have a limited amount of time, but we are still going to show you the outside of Deck 5, which is a lot of what our channel is about. We profile ships a lot differently than other creators. We literally walk 360 degrees around every single deck to include the passenger cabin decks, point out where all the cabins are in relationships to stairs and elevators and crew doors and all these things. But on this ship, we actually just started doing it in 360, truly in 360, and immersive. And so if you're watching the video, you can actually turn the angle that you're looking at. Cool. So wait a minute, what was that over there? Oh, so we do all the cabin. We were able to review 20 cabins on the ship, and we just started releasing them in 360.
Oh,
so
nice.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. So that's a lot of what the channel is. Of course, we do some tips and tricks and stuff, and of course, we interview a lot of people. Right, so just think because we carry all this crap with us, outside of our clothing.
I was just looking, I'm like, wow, yeah,
It's funny. Other creators like, God, you guys have a lot of.
Right.
Never mind the camera that's out there, and because we do have balcony cam. Let's not forget balcony cam. We'll give you another shot of that. All right, so without giving anything away, I haven't asked you this question, so I don't even know if there's an answer. What do you feel in the next 6 months is like a really big event coming up? And there may not be one because, like you said, you do cruises, a lot of them. What would you say on your calendar is like the next biggest thing coming up?
Wow. Well,
possibly the other place that we might be at. I mean, that would be big for me.
oh,
Yeah. I would assume for
well,
us.
there is a possibility that we're going to Branson.
Oh, wow.
We don't know that for a fact just yet, but there is a possibility that we'll go there, and we're just going to do like a weekend here and there, see how it goes, and then if it goes well, then we may go there and
Find a home for a little bit.
Find a home for a little bit. It might be kind of cool because I've got really good friends that work there, and they're like, Bobby, you need to come. Like, you have to be here. Like, you would really the show would do really well here in Branson, and so you should come check it out.
Is in the conversation you and I were having last night about Vegas, is Branson like that, or is it different, more older school?
Well, it's definitely older. It's
Okay.
definitely older, but it also relies on bus tours.
Does it?
So they have like huge bus tours that will come in for the day from all the neighboring. Usually, I would assume the 55 plus.
And I didn't mean older as in people. I meant if that goes, is that a 4-wall thing for you?
I'm not really sure at this moment.
Okay.
I don't.
That's what I was talking about, old school. Because
don't-
old school was,
okay.
here you go, come on to Vegas.
Yeah.
These days, it's, hang on, let me get out my wallet. I want to go to Vegas.
I think it's more of a 2-wall thing.
Okay.
I think it's more of a 2-wall.
Well, that's great.
I would be in charge of paying the guys and the band as opposed to paying in Vegas if it's a 4-wall. Like you
Yeah,
pay
you
for
everything.
You have to
Yeah.
rent the theater. And that's the thing that a lot of people don't realize. When you rent a theater in Vegas, if depending on the size of it, if it's a full week, you're looking at $100,000 to $150,000 a week just for the rental of the theater. Then you got to pay everybody inside. Then you got to do the everything.
There's
Let's not
there,
forget the marketing.
there's a few.
Oh, yeah, right.
Let's just go through a few
Part of it.
exceptions since we've never broached this because we talk about cruises, but since we're in the entertainment, talk about entertainers. So if you go to Vegas, if it's a Cirque show or if it's one of these A-list people,
Celine,
right? They're not paying a dime.
they're
Okay.
making a lot.
They're huge names, and the casinos foot the bill. Outside of those couple of exceptions, anything else that you see in Vegas, the people you're watching on the stage, they have paid for everything. They have rented the room. They have paid for the tech that is in there. They have done the marketing, the ticket brokers, everything. That's what a 4-wall deal is called. And that's pretty much how Vegas works. So, outside of those big shows, the rest of the entertainers, they're paying for those spaces and they're paying, to be there. I only know that because we tried to bring my show there and we went and we talked with a few. Oh, by the way, Kip Mungan.
Oh, drummer?
Yeah. Remember I was trying to tell you?
Kip.
Yeah. He sang with my show.
Oh, okay. Very cool.
So
KIP.
Yeah. What's up, Kip? Not that you watch, but just in case.
He used to be in a show called Sin City Bad Girls.
Yeah.
And we would go hang out with them because I knew some of the girls in the show, and then Kip would always be there. So
it's funny, as big as Vegas it is, it's just not.
It's
I
not.
mean, it's really a small community when it comes to the talent.
And you're going to agree with me, but it is a very large cruise ship.
Yes.
Because you can't do something at the Mandalay Bay without the Stratosphere finding out about it.
Yeah, exactly.
In an hour.
Yeah. And a lot of people don't know is some of these dancers, they'll actually, and singers, will sing and or dance, or musicians, and play with 2 or 3 different shows. They'll start playing at a show, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, then they'll go to another venue, play with a different show at 6,
Yes.
and then go to a different show and play at 9 or whatever.
That's right.
And which is why, people might think that it's a larger pool of talent. I mean, it's not 5 people, guys, but it's not as big as you would think.
Right.
The few names of people that I know there, everyone I've said, he knows them, right?
Every one of them.
It's just, it's a small, really knit community.
Right.
So
It is.
yeah. So Kip, we did a show with him in Romania. So he came with us and did a show
awesome.
there. So
Yeah.
I can't show it here, but I have it on my phone actually. Yeah, probably now, whatever. I can't be it on the phone because the internet is on the computer.
Right.
I got one internet thing.
device.
Yeah, Lisa's got Gig Sky, but that's a different thing. All right, so God, I can't think of anything else.
That's all good.
Yeah,
It's about time anyway.
Yeah. What do you want to tell everybody out there watching about what they should know about your show?
Well, here's what you didn't know. You saw our second show last night.
That is correct.
Normally we have 2 shows.
Oh, like 2 unique shows.
2 unique shows.
Interesting.
And we chose the second show because, and no one knows this, but I got on thinking I had major problems with my voice. And then because we had that break and I just relaxed for 5 days or 6 days, and then I started gradually warming back up again, my voice woke up, and so it's fine.
Because you were talking about there was a couple songs where you're singing the higher part. And you're like,
Oh,
thank
yeah.
God we got through that.
Well, we all switch around. Like Billy's on the low part at one point, and I'm on the upper part, and then Billy's on the upper part, and Lanny's on the low, and Lanny's on the up. And then Lanny had a huge sinus infection.
Oh,
and so
that
we were like,
sucks.
well, it's a good thing we have 12 days
Yeah.
to do nothing. So we decided to do our show 2 because it's not as hard, but it's still very hard. It's
Yeah.
just hard in its own way. The first show is we have our own solos as well. So like Billy said earlier, and you probably were like, I didn't hear that.
Yeah, I
did.
let it go.
Can't take my eyes off of you. It's his solo.
Yeah, I'll do that.
And Lanny does either Just Once, which is James Ingram.
Just once.
Yeah. Or he'll do Blood, Sweat, and Tears, You Made Me So Very Happy, which is incredible.
Yeah, it's great.
And then my solo is a song from Billy Vera and the Beaters called At This Moment, excuse me. At
That
This
one's
Moment
not-
was made famous by the Family Ties, the TV show. And so when the 2 were getting together, and it's what did you think I would do at this moment? It's just an amazing song.
And that's
It's
your
the
solo,
number
that's the
one
one you
hit.
chose.
It's my solo, but I really like screaming out there at the end, and it just like wears you out. And I was like, I don't think I can do it with what I feel is going on, but then it was fine last
Holy
night.
cow, like when you did Steve Perry.
I know,
Sheesh.
Yeah.
right?
Talk about screaming it out.
Yeah, I mean, he comes out there.
yeah.
There's just 2 lights on. He walks out from the shadows. Nothing but silence, and there's been silence, right? There's something to say about silence in a show, right?
Oh, yeah.
You got love the silence sometimes. And he walks up and he just stands there in a pose.
And then I go,
Yeah.
knowing how I... Yeah, it's a... And the reaction... The reaction
Let's
is
put it
what I
this
go
way.
for. This one.
When he does that note, I have my little thing turned down. So I turn it off because I can hear him enough. Otherwise,
The front of house guy, the audio guy, he was pushing them too. It was banging in that theater last
Yeah,
night.
that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
That's what we want.
Yeah.
I know some of the older people are like going, "Oh my gosh," but you know, it's always the one that's sitting on the first 2 or 3 rows, and I'm like, "Guys, sit in the back if you have a issue."
Yeah. It's not a rock show, but they are singing from all different genres.
Yes.
And it's a live band. And sometimes you just that fader up, 3 more dB, and it just, man.
And for me, like I want to feel it when I'm in there, when I'm watching a show. I want to feel it as well. A lot of people aren't like that, but I am.
Oh, she can tell you, I was up there just playing my fake air bass all night.
Tonight I'm gonna be. Yeah, that might be one of my favorite songs to do.
I've played that song 6 trillion times.
Right.
Half the material you play, I've played before. You can remember, again, we mentioned earlier, I played in this corporate band, so
Right.
we're playing the Brick Houses and the Funky Music and the I Will Survive and the Disco Infernos and,
Sure. Yeah.
But again, play it every night I'm on stage. It's incredible. And you know what? I know what I want to ask you guys. Do you still get nervous every night before you go on stage? That's probably the hardest question.
It depends on what's going on that day. Last night I wasn't nervous. I was just stressed because we didn't have enough time with lights. We didn't have enough time with sound. We didn't have enough time with the band. And so in my mind, like what you just talked about, the spotlight that comes down, when we get finished singing Live Like You Were Dying, I walked to the back and I had to direct the band on the last 5 notes. And then in my brain, while I'm doing that, I'm going, okay, is the lighting guy going to do a blackout? Is he going to drop the spotlight down? Is the piano going to give me in my ear so I know what key to start in? And I'm just like, is it going to happen? Now, normally I'll have a meeting with the production team 2 or 3 days before we do the show, and we didn't have that. We couldn't because there was so much going on.
I know.
That you just didn't have time to do that. So I'm stressed out thinking, are they going to get these cues? Because just that one song has like 7 cues before it even starts. So that's the stressed out. Now, I wouldn't say I'm nervous, but I was stressed out about it.
And you, Billy?
Same thing. I mean, I know, I feel his pain because I watch what he has to go through, and I respect him as a boss. I don't have that responsibility. I try to do what I can, be that other guy to get towels and water and make sure we're taken care of that way, so he doesn't have to worry about that. But I don't. It's not butterflies anymore. I hate to call what I do a job, because it's not, because I love it. But you're out there to perform, and that's what you're focusing on, which is kind of your job. But you're there to entertain.
Right.
So you're ready. The adrenaline's up there.
Butterfly sometimes is a bad word, but there's always that
Sure.
going on to some extent in all entertainers.
Yeah.
Man, even the musicians, man, I remember that when we played that one song, I can't remember there's always something.
Yeah.
I do give myself a little prayer for all of us before whether we're coming up from the floor or coming from the side of the stage, to let's have a good show.
Yeah.
And that's, I think, carries us.
If I had more time when the camera wasn't running, I would tell you the full story about our time in Romania.
Right.
It'll make your experience here feel like a G-rated movie as opposed to an X-rated movie.
Wow.
But the short answer was, by the end of the debacle, they ended up having to put a microphone back by the drum kit so I could call the show at the same time I was trying to play the show. There was no clear comm. Nobody could talk to one another. So it was brutal. I don't want to get into it because there's like 17 layers to this thing. But the funniest one of all was, I don't know what kind of fog machine they had, but we do Thriller, of course. It's a Michael Jackson tribute concert, by the way. Thriller, which is the second to last song, and,
Sure.
and their fog, it's some sort of strange chilling machine that takes 20 minutes to warm up, but you can't leave it on. You got to warm it up 20 minutes before you need to use it, and then it's done, right? So I'm like, great. So I had to figure out where 20 minutes was, and it was perfect in between a couple songs. So we're in Romania, not a lot of English. And so the guys that came with this special fog thing, of course, no English. And so through an interpreter, you stand right there.
Yeah.
Stage left. I'm going to point at you. And again, translate. Okay, great. So it came time, and the song ended, and I looked to give him the signal. He wasn't there. And I'm like, where is this guy? I'm like, I'm hand signals to the audio engineer, the monitor mixer who's sitting right there, and he's just, I don't know. It's like, I have to get off the drum kit. Go around. I'm all the way behind the scrimmer on the back to the other side of the stage. We're in the middle of a freaking show, right? Yeah. And there's this dude outside having a cigarette.
No.
I grab him. Stop! Well, we're going to stop there because I would have to press that a lot.
He was making his own smoke.
Dude, oh my God. And they're running all the way back around, jump on the kid, put on the headset, bam! Like with 1 second left to start the next song. That was the entire 7 days.
Yeah, something went wrong.
Figure that, multiply it times 12 hours a day, every day. That's what the stay was like.
Sure.
How the show came off and actually went, thank you, Jesus.
Yeah.
But yeah, tech problems are always the biggest thing.
Always.
Because you know your job, right? You're going to go out, I'm going to do this. But, if this isn't right, your in-ears, if the piano cue doesn't come in. And mind you, they only got a couple hours rehearsal with the band. I've played with my guys for a long, long, long time. But the technicians, not. And so much of a show like that, people hear with their eyes.
100%.
And that lighting is a massive thing when it comes to the shows.
Huge.
People don't think about it because you're not into it, but trust me. So here we go. Get back to questions here. Gina says, how many Queen songs do you guys do?
You know what's funny is we do his Day-O, Day-O, that part, and we dedicate it obviously to Freddie. And then we don't actually do any Queen songs, but I look at Lanny and I say, give me 10 seconds of your favorite Queen song, and he'll start out with whatever he chooses that night. It could be a different song every night.
Yeah, just a little
and
10-second
we'll do literally 10 to 15 seconds of a Queen song, and that's it.
It's the hardest thing look, the show's 57 minutes, which is a good amount of time for a specialty show, but they give them extra time, and trust me, it's amazing to have it. But remember, they're also singing every single song, right? And that's taxing for vocalists to never have a vocal break. Right? But you can only get so many songs into this. And it's not like a band that has a repertoire of 100 songs.
Right.
Because remember, they're traveling with sheet music to give to the band because the band's never seen them before.
That's right.
And so it's a set thing. This is the show and this is how it's done.
I said when I joined them, it's the hardest gig I ever had to learn, but it's the easiest gig to perform because once I learned it, I'm on a ship. I'm doing this on one show. When I first joined him, we did our shows, and I said, okay, when's the next one? He goes, what are you talking about? Because communication, he's a good communicator, but certain things he just doesn't bother to tell me. He's like, no, we're done. Enjoy it for the next 4 days. What? so I've been living life ever since because of that.
I'm going to help you here.
Okay.
It's clear in here.
It
is crystal clear in here. She'll tell you too.
Yes.
Why are you not in here? It's a scary place, but you should be in there.
That's perfect. Yes.
Right?
Yes.
I know. Trust me, it's all the time. I swear I told you. I'm so sorry. It's clear in here. So anyway, we will rock you. What's your best remedy to heal your tired vocal cords?
I think everybody has their own remedy. If you want it not healed, but if you have laryngitis and you need to do something for like 15 or 20 minutes, believe it or not, a shot of cognac will help you be able to talk or speak or sing if you have to do something in public. Obviously, you can't do 2 shots because then you won't be able to do it for another reason. But it will help you. And then obviously some people like the tea and honey. I'm not a tea and honey guy. You know, but then also something that I kind of taught Billy into doing this was between shows, we'll go get like Lay's salted potato chips. And if you go to any theater, they know to have Lay's potato chips in the green room because salt will help your throat to like moisten it up. And it's funny because you think it's going to dry it
Yeah,
out.
I totally didn't believe it till I tried. I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
Lay's
So-
potato chips, y'all.
Kind of did something.
So
yeah.
salted Lay's, just regular.
We need
Don't
a
get the-
sponsorship now. Lay's
Yeah,
potato chips.
That's right. That's right.
For me as a vocalist, I mean, I like black licorice, anise, I think they call it, or aniseed. If you like that stuff, licorice root, I mean, it's great for the vocals. Ginger's great for the vocals.
Pineapple.
Pineapple, I've
Fresh
heard different
pineapple.
stories, but yes, pineapple.
In the end, honestly, a lot of it is rest.
Definitely rest.
And not
100%.
sleep, but you know, we're talking now. They're done with their show. They don't have to worry about it. But I'm sure for the first handful of days, you weren't doing a lot of talking.
That's right.
You just
Totally right. I mean, if I was doing this gig with them every day somewhere, and I was talking during the day, and
yeah.
it would be hard to do because the notes that we all have to hit, to be honest with you. But the high stuff, yeah, I mean, I could do it, but if you're doing it over and over and over, and then you're, you know, having a day job or something like that, forget it.
And then a lot of people say, "Well, why don't you bring the songs down?" Well, here's the reason: if you're a purist, if you love the music that you do, yes, you can lower it by half a step, but I don't really feel like you should that much because last night in our classic rock medley, we started out with "Oh Sherry," it goes into "Sister Christian," and then it goes into "Alone" by Heart, and "Alone" by
they sounded like Heart.
That was
My wife looked at me. She goes,
incredible.
"Oh my God, they sound like Heart."
Yeah,
and "Alone"
that
by
was
Heart
incredible.
is in the original key. And so everybody's like, "Are you serious?" I'm like, "Yeah, every bit." And that high scream that she does,
Yeah.
we do it.
Yeah.
And so it is what it is. Lanny puts it out there on that song, and I do "Oh Sherry," and Billy does "Sister Christian," and it's just a killer medley.
What a lot of people never think about, and I lived through this when we were putting our show together because the person, we've gone through a couple of people who portray MJ. The first guy that we had were through these long rehearsals putting the show together for the first time, and he lost his voice. And so I said, look, stop talking. Because when we wouldn't be performing, he'd be running his mouth. Right? If you're a bass player, these are your instruments,
Yes.
your fingers. If you're a guitar player, these are your instruments. If you're a drummer, it's these things. If you're a singer, it's this.
That's right.
So when you're talking, you're using your instrument.
I tell everybody that all the time. I play bass and guitar and harmonica and stuff, but exactly right. You know, I hear people, "Oh, I can't do it," like you. "I can't do it anymore."
Yeah.
But then you backed it up by saying you haven't worked at it.
Correct.
Because to me, your voice is an instrument, and
It is.
if you don't keep it healthy and keep it,
I could do this for hours.
Yeah,
I can't do that for
No,
hours.
yeah, so-
Or I'm going to be hoarse.
Yeah.
Right? If
I haven't picked up a guitar or bass since I joined the group, so yeah, I'm rusty if I get on one.
but
No,
that
my
yeah.
calluses are beautiful.
Oh,
right now.
I don't have any. It's been a while since I
Exactly,
played.
I have nothing.
If I went to play now, it would be a bloody mess.
Mhm.
Yeah. I thought about trying. This guy, buddy's a lefty. Oddly enough, I started playing lefty, and then started getting lessons, actual real lessons. And my instructor said, "Oh no, we need to convert you to righty because it's going to be A, B, C, D, E, F, G."
Right.
He lied. He converted me to righty because it was easier for him to teach me as a righty. Because if you look at a lefty drummer, it's weird. And I don't mean the guy last night, the guy that plays in the music hall.
Yeah.
He's a lefty drummer. So anyway, the guy that plays, he's the music director, the drummer in this.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was the music director. So
That's great.
let's see. Do you, Macrina wants to know if you ever smoked.
You know what? I like a cigar every once in a while, but like literally that ends up being like 3 a year.
No.
So not really.
Hi, Ashley.
I did, but it's done on my growth, so I quit.
Patricia says, great interview. Thank you so much.
That's the reason.
Oh, good God, Macrina, come on, man. This is like the tackiest musician question, guys. Do you do Stairway to Heaven?
You know
Hart
what?
did a fantastic,
Oh, they did.
at the
It's
Kennedy
incredible.
Honors.
At the Kennedy Center.
Yeah.
It was incredible. She killed it. And here's the other thing. Have you seen her lately? So Ann Wilson has cancer, and I think she fell and broke her arm. And I just posted a video on our page on Facebook of her sitting in a wheelchair singing alone.
Wow.
and she's getting it out there, but it's Anne. Like, it's incredible.
Yeah.
She's what I love about that. What I love about that is that showing you someone that wants to be on the stage just like I do.
Yeah.
More than anything in the world, and she's not letting cancer or her broken arm stop her.
None of it.
Yep.
Yeah. Even who was it? We were country dude lost his voice.
What is his name?
Oh my gosh.
Randy Travis.
Randy Travis.
Oh,
Yeah,
Randy.
it's so sad. Here's a guy who's singing guitar, but he can no longer do it.
Right.
Yeah.
But he does go out on stage every night. And some people might think that that's tacky, but that's not the reason. At least that I believe the
Yeah.
reason,
Yeah.
because I understand where he comes from, is that that's his drug.
Yeah.
And even though he's not able to sing anymore, he's at least there.
Yeah.
And that energy that we talk about, he's able to absorb that. And it's keeping him going.
And here's the other thing: as a fan of Randy Travis, or as a fan of country music, if you're going to a show, and whether it's his music or not, if when he walks out on stage, whether he's going to sing or not, I'm going to be super happy to see him on that stage.
Yeah,
That's true.
100%.
I love Randy Travis.
100%. Macrina says she saw it, and she says Anne is wonderful, absolutely amazing. All right, let's let these guys get out of here. We kept them here way too long, and we're going to just put the music on. We're not going anywhere. We still have Deck 5 to do for everybody.
Your TMC, what is that?
Tall Man Clan.
Is there a height requirement to join? that?
No, we told you guys, honorary member. You are an honorary member of the Tall Man
Okay,
Clan.
Awesome.
Hang on.
Okay, that's cool.
That's funny.
We gave them
gotta
Tall
say-
Man's Cruise Adventure stickers last night, but we're going to go a little deeper here.
Uh-oh.
There we
Oh,
go.
that's awesome.
All right.
Honorary members, well, you're already,
Right.
Tall Man. Yeah, but,
Right.
Oh, real quick, funny story. So we go down to talk to these guys last night after the show, which is another thing. During the show, they're like, "Hey guys, when we're done, we're gonna go have pizza. Do you want to come hang out? Just literally, we're gonna be down there. Come have some pizza with us. We're normal people, right?" And that's what we all tell you. Lisa and I, we're normal people, and it's great to see musicians do that. Not everybody does that, but anyway, so we go down, and they were talking with other people, so I was waiting, and we just sitting there, and then we got a moment, started talking to Billy, and then Bobby comes over, and I said, "Okay, 3 things," and this, that, whatever, and I started to get into a YouTube question. He goes, "Are you the Tall Man?" I'm like, "What? How the do you know me?"
Yeah.
How did that happen again?
So how I knew who you were was because I was sitting with the other guest entertainer, and I think it was James. He was the juggler, and he goes, "This was like day 12 or day 11," and he goes, "I'm gonna search to see if anybody has posted anything from this cruise." And so he goes, "Well, no one's really posted anything about the shows, but there is a guy doing a show out of his cabin every day. He's called the Tall Man." And he goes, "Wow, he's got quite a few followers. We should see if we could join him." And then
then
I
I
meet
show
you,
up.
and then he asked us to be on the show. So
Oh God, that's too funny.
yeah,
And nobody believes us. We'll be walking around ships sometimes, and I probably do 95% of the talking.
Yes,
sure.
definitely.
She's always been camera shy, mic shy, all that stuff. But of course, she's much
Yeah.
more into it now. Anyway, but everybody be like, "Aren't you Lisa?" I'll be standing right next to her. They don't approach me. They go, "Aren't you Lisa?" And I'm like,
That's
"What,
great.
what am I, chopped liver?"
95%
Yeah,
of the
it's
time.
hysterical.
right? Wow.
They always recognize her before they recognize
That's
me.
awesome.
And they'll be like, "Oh yeah!" Anyway, all right. So we're gonna put on some music. We're not going anywhere, but we literally have to push all this stuff back so we can let them get out.
Thank
so
you so much.
See you
Appreciate
guys.
it. Appreciate it for
the
having us.
Las Vegas Tenors, the Las Vegas Tenors. That's their website. That's their Facebook. That's their TikTok. It's all there. If you're ever on a Royal Caribbean ship and you see these guys that they're supposed to perform that night, you will be doing yourself an injustice if you do not go and see them.
Thank
Show
you.
them
All
some
right.
love, guys.
There you go. So we're going to give you some balcony cam and a little mute and some music. Hang on.
go again, it's no surprise. 'Cause we know better than to roll the dice. So take this love and try to make it new. You can't fight it when it feels so true. You drive me crazy like no one else. The final moment before I lose myself. And it's no use working 9 to 5 if you want more than to stay alive. So come on over, we can make it through. Take my hand, I know just what to do. On the beat, keep dancing through the night. Stay up until the morning light, the morning light falls. So come on over, we can make it through. Take my hand, I know just what to do. On the beat, keep dancing through the night. Stay up until the morning light, the morning light, oh, the morning light, oh. I just wanna be your Superman. Come fly with me, just take my hand. And now that we are cruising in mid-flight, you better watch out for that kryptonite. So come on over, we can make it through, make it through. Take my hand, I know just what to do, just what to do. On the beat, keep dancing through the night, we're dancing. Stay up until the morning light, the morning light falls. Come on over, we can make it through, make it through. Take my hand, I know just what to do, what to do. On the beat, keep dancing through the night.
All right, and we are back live. Let us just make some adjustments here now that we're just back to 2 people.
There we go.
Just trying
I
to-
decided to create snack time here.
Yeah. We're hungry.
Yeah.
Yeah, weren't those guys fantastic?
Mm.
I mean, really. There's just not enough that I could say about the performance that those guys gave last night. Just really fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, serious guys. Look them up. Show them some love. They were awesome.
Yeah.
Why are we crooked? Do I need to slide over more?
I don't know.
We look funny.
Yeah. Yeah, here. No.
No?
I gotta move this.
Oh,
I don't know. We're not funny.
no, I know.
We try to center ourselves on the
On the
thing.
pictures. So at least we look a little nicer.
All right. Well, without further ado, let's get to the Deck 5 outside because the clock is ticking. We actually have to be out of here at a certain time, too, because we have engagement as well. So
Yes.
we're going to do Deck 5 outside. And you know how we always do it. We do it tall man style.
Filming Tom and Style.
Today, Lisa and I, we are on the Ovation of the Seas. We're on Deck 5. We covered the inside spaces in a different video. Today, we're going to show you the outdoor spaces. So let's go do it. We normally like to go to the right, but you can't go all the way around on Deck 5. On the outside here, it actually ends right there. So we sort of went left to go right. Hopefully that makes sense to you. But we will walk all the way up there. Now, this is a 360/immersive type video. If you notice, there's some arrows up in the top left-hand side. You can actually stop the video, change the angle, zoom in, zoom out. All right, see, it just dead ends there. But, you know, if you want to look more at the ocean while we're walking, just angle the video to the right. I don't know. On most ships, on one of the lower decks, deck 5, 6, 7, 8 on some ships, there seems to always be sort of an outdoor area. Some of them have seating, some of them don't. But generally speaking, they are some of the most quiet, relaxing places on a ship because very few people come down here. Now, of course, it would require there to be chairs. Some cruise ships put some chairs down in these areas. I haven't seen any yet on this ship, so I'm not sure if this would be a good place to hang, but it's a nice place to walk if you want to quiet. I know there's a running / walking track up on deck 15, but it's usually pretty crowded. It's not crowded down here. If you're entering the ship through a terminal that's using gangways, these are the areas right here that you usually will be coming on. Well, look at this. We have a hitchhiker. And he's sleeping. Well, hello there.
Oh boy.
He's sleeping, he's tired. You don't see that too often. So we're passing a little seating area here outside. This is sort of a from Jamie's. So if you want to dine al fresco, I don't think they've been doing that this cruise. Again, it's not been very pleasant out here. So I don't think they've been doing it here. But there is that if you're cruising somewhere where it's more, well, warmer, you can go out there and dine al fresco. Oh, and here's another one, Lisa. We have hitchhikers. That's crazy. This bird's been here. It's okay, buddy. Relax. Relax. We don't want to freak him out. It's okay. He looks a little freaked out. Yeah, he's been here a while. There's a lot of poop. We're going to leave him alone. So we're going to go back. There's an entrance right here, and that'll take us to the other side. And just like the other side, we can't get any further. Over here to the right is the other smoking section. It looks covered, comfortable chairs, it looks like. So out here towards the front of the ship on the port side, deck 5. That was the main entrance towards the center of the ship. Again, depending on which side the ship pulls up to the terminal, they have mirror images, so you could be getting onto the ship right from back there as well. Yeah, sometimes they come in with the port side against the seawall, the dock, or sometimes it's the starboard side. Doesn't seem to be a rhyme or reason of why they change, but sometimes they do. Now the entrance, we're right by the front of the ship now, Royal Theater. This goes a little bit further. And that's it. We've gone 360 degrees, well, at least as far as we can go on deck 5. Some ships, you can literally go all the way around. It's kind of a neat thing. But this one, you cannot. So let us know if you would come down here and hang out like some of the people that you're seeing. I know there are no chairs, but, just come down here and stand and be close to the ocean, and it's a relaxing thing. Anyway, let us know if that's your speed. Well, I had made mention that there were no chairs out here. There are actually a couple of chairs right here, as well as on the other side there, as well as on the other side of the ship over there. So there are a few chairs out here, but not throughout the entire deck, just right here in the middle of the ship. And so Lisa and I see you on another deck or another ship. Be safe. Ciao.
Filming Tom and Style.
Well, there you go, everybody. There is your deck 5 outside. Okay. Everybody sway, moving back. Antonio, hey everyone. Hey Macrina, I emailed Kathy to see if there was any cabins left. Yeah, send me an email back and let me know what you heard back from her, of course.
Yes.
Yay, Antonio, everybody's congratulating. Hope it all works out. Yep.
Yes.
Awesome. How were the bumper cars?
Great.
Yeah, we had a good time. They were
Yeah.
really fun.
Yeah.
About 3 minutes, I think it is.
Yeah.
The timer
About
on it.
About 2.5 to 3 minutes.
Yep. And we watched. There's just a line. You have to stand in line, and they're just 12 people at a time.
Yes.
And so we watched several cycles. Some of them, people were just sort of running around without bumping into one another. Some were like bam, bam, bam. Ours was pretty fun.
Ours was a fun group, yeah.
Yeah.
So there's a video on the Facebook group.
Yeah, a short.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have video too. We'll eventually get to that. Charles, again, good night. Thanks for hanging out with us.
Yes, good night. Thank you.
The last one you saw was a seagull. I'm not sure what the second one. I felt it was a different bird, but Lisa thought the first one was also a seagull.
Yeah, I wasn't really paying attention to either when we walked by them to begin with or during the videos, but I thought they were both seagulls. I just kind of glazed over it.
Macrina, I think this bird stuck on the ship.
Yes.
We videoed that like days ago.
Yeah.
I mean, thousands of miles from land,
Yeah.
any kind of land. So and from the amount of poop, I feel they've been here for a while.
I think they came with us from Osaka, to be honest.
Yeah,
I know that a couple of times I would be out on the balcony when you actually could see, and I could see a bird flying around, and I said to him, "We must be close to land," and he's like, "We are not close to anything." And that was before we had made the video, so I do think that they are kind of trapped here on the ship.
I don't know what they've been eating. I don't know, maybe they jump off the
Well-
ship, get some fish, and then come back on.
And I think that's what they were doing, because I'm pretty sure I saw one of them dive into the water. But I've also seen out on the deck, there were apple peels and slices of bread
So
and
somebody's
things that
feeding
people
them.
was trying to feed them. Yeah,
Yeah, okay.
yeah. But I think they're stuck
Can you
here.
be a hitchhiker? I don't know. Can you? Those sea day crossings, the ocean, I would definitely love the Serenity. Yeah.
Oh,
Without a doubt. Yeah.
Yeah.
In this ship, and I thought of something else to ask them as we were wrapping it up, but they're talking about the entertainers and things, but there's been lectures and
Oh my gosh,
the,
so
the,
much stuff.
the amount of activities and entertainment they put on this ship for this crossing was absolutely amazing.
I don't think I've ever seen so much to do on a ship.
I was just truly blown away, especially after, excuse me, the experience we had on the Aqua, which was just completely the opposite.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's been fantastic.
tons of stuff to do.
And there was like, somebody's got to guide you guys to the plank. Yeah, you're going to be leading the way. I don't know. Stop always. Do they have visas? Do they have a visa? Stop away. So, the birds. Yeah, I don't know.
It took me a while there.
I'm sure immigrations is going to catch them.
Yeah, Yes. Oh my goodness.
So yes, so tomorrow is technically the end of the crossing cruise.
Yes.
So we'll be in LA tomorrow morning. We are still on for 3 days, so sort of a back-to-back for us. But it turns out, it's the craziest thing. We're the only people on the ship that are doing a back-to-back.
Yeah.
There's nobody else on this ship that is staying on here. And they've been trying to call us for days. We've had some problems with the phone or something. Anyway, they came to fix the phone, and they're like, "Oh my God, we've been trying to call you for days." I'm like, well, maybe you guys come and knock on the door. And anyway, so they don't actually know what to do with us tomorrow.
No.
Which I found kind of interesting because, obviously, even though there's no back-to-back people on this cruise, they had to have done this on this ship sometime in the past 9 years. But then I was thinking, this is their very first time
To
docking
California.
in LA, in California. So
Yeah.
they probably don't know the procedures.
Yeah.
So anyway,
We're the guinea pigs.
we're the guinea pigs. We are the first people on this Royal Caribbean ship to ever do a back-to-back going in and out of the LA terminal. There we go. So, yeah, and we got to change cabins. And so we've got to pack all this stuff up. We don't have to put the bags out tonight because they're just going to get transferred to the next cabin, which is up one deck and all the way forward. We're on the same side of the ship. It is a balcony, but we're deck 13 forward. So we'll be a lot closer to the front of the ship. So.
Yes.
Anyway, Marina says to Antonella, make sure she puts you on a list because if there are only guarantees now, cabins will open up. Yes. So
Good
yeah,
advice.
make sure you catch all of that.
Yes.
All right. On that note, guys, we hope you guys enjoyed the interview with Bobby and Billy. And again, we're sorry we couldn't get Lanny here. We were gonna try to have all three of them and then maybe sing a little. Them singing live, we can get away with that. I just can't put up the music that So, but Lanny had other commitments and stuff, so he couldn't be here. But really, guys, hopefully you enjoyed the interview with the the Las Vegas Tenors. And if you ever get a chance while on a Royal Caribbean ship, if they're on there, go and see them without a doubt.
Definitely.
Okay.
Definitely.
We still have deck 15 and 16 to show you guys, so we are not done broadcasting. Remember, we're going to be here 3 more days. We'll be on tomorrow night. I can't 100% say, only because this is a different kind of cruise. It's and we are here with some other people, so I'm not sure what their requirements of us are going to be, but if so, we will try to be on. Please understand the time might change a little bit, either 8 or 9 or something like that, but we will post all of that on our Facebook group. If you're not part of our Facebook group already, there it is. Please join. We put different content up there than we do on YouTube. All the pictures of food we eat, the menus that are in all the restaurants, the bars, especially restaurants too, daily activity schedules, that all goes on the Facebook group. But we also post more pertinent information, especially like this. We put up a message first thing this morning for you guys that we were going to have these guys on, or hoping to have them on. We'd scheduled it, but it was still tentative until later today. But there's a Facebook group, okay? Also, we do have a Patreon. If you really want to help support the channel, become part of our Patreon crew there. It's as little as $5 a month, guys. And that $5, it means a ton to us, and it goes a long way. On that note, thank you all for our current Patreon members.
Thank
all
you.
right. But yeah, good to have you all there too. All
Yes.
right. And of course, lastly, let's not forget the group cruise. If you want to join us on the group cruise, like everybody else, there's 161 days, 19 hours, 31 minutes, and some seconds up there in the top right corner. Right. Just send me an email, tallmanscruiseadventures@gmail.com. I will forward you to the agent. Her name's Kathy, who's putting this together for us. She's part of. Actually, we're hanging out. That's who we're coming on the ship tomorrow.
Yeah,
Chris and some of his people. So
Yes.
we'll be hanging out. Maybe we'll have him on the show one night, so you get
Oh,
to meet
that'd be
Chris.
fun.
But yeah, if you guys want to come on, mind you, the ship's almost sold out. If you're listening to this, do not procrastinate. Send me an email, or you may miss it.
Yeah.
So, okay. So there you go. All right. Of course, you know what you got to do. You got to You could hit the thumbs up, subscribe, become part of the Tall Man Clan. It is free, costs you nothing, and it does really help with the channel when you do hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. So thank you very much. And we will be back for sure because we have more ship to show you. All right? But until then, you know the drill, right? We don't have to go home. Hey, let's go full screen. There we go. But we do have to get the out of here. Peace.